Ini rata ya.
Follow me, hello. Okay, follow me first. Everyone go with me, otherwise you may get lost. Okay, I think everybody to set aside your vote. I will not check anybody missing or not. I vote 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 6, 8, 10. Okay, we can read some basic information based on the board front. Then calling me. So when you go inside, the first one have to pick up Mr. Vivek. Oh, he called you. Oh, okay, thank you, sir. Everyone, take a look at this picture. I will show you the picture Vietnam country first. You know, here, everyone you see is here country map in the past, Vietnam country map. So with nowadays Vietnam country with as letter shape everyone. Oh, you see nothing. With as letter shape. But in the past Vietnam country was divided into 3 main regions. So the north region, the pink color, was the land of Vietnamese people. The central region, now Da Nang, Hoi An, was the land of Champa people, everyone, Champa people. And in the south was the land of Khmer people, like Cambodian people. So our country was very small. Because more than 4,000 years ago, Vietnamese people had lived in China country. But when we lived there in Quang Đông and Quang Tây provinces, most of Chinese king wanted to nest Vietnam country into China country to make bigger China country. That's why Vietnamese people fought against them. But Vietnamese people, you know, couldn't defeat them. That's why we moved to the south of China country. And when we came to this land, we stayed here. We chose this land to settle down. But the Chinese kings changed after us. That's why in 111 years before Christ, 938 AD. So the Chinese people, they took control of Vietnam country over 1,000 years. That's why we had to be under more than 1,000 years Chinese domination. Even Vietnamese people rose up to seize power. But Vietnam was a very smaller country in the past. That's why we didn't really face Chinese. But honestly, in 938 one of the famous generals of Vietnam country named Ho Nguyen, who defeated the Southern Han dynasty from China and drove them out of our country. So we gave their methods. Honestly, he took over the country on his years because he established to the shore in 938. and he passed away in 1944, only 6 years. And when he passed away, Vietnam country had no more king. So at that time, our country was separated into 12 main regions. So 12 regions had 12 leaders. So after the king died, so 12 leaders wanted to become a king. That's why they fought again together to occupy the throne. And the guy who was born in NinhBinh province, this guy, everyone, this guy, he was born in 924 and he passed away in 979. So this guy, his real name, Dinh Linh. He was very smart leader. So he led his troop to fight against 12 rebellion warlords. And fortunately, in 968, after defeating 12 rebellion warlords, so he ascended to the throne. And he was born in NinhBinh province, so he knew clearly about the topography. And this place is quite far away from China country. And this place is surrounded by many limestone mountains. So that's why he decided to build his own palace right here. So the Hoa Lu was the capital of Vietnam country since 968 to 1010. Since the time when this king defeated 12 rebellion warlords and sooner proclaimed himself the king. And Hoa Lu ancient capital, existed from 968 to 1010, so only 42 years. But Hoa Lu ancient capital witnessed 3 dynasties. The Dinh dynasty started from Dinh Linh king from 968 to 979, so only 11 years. And the second dynasty was early Lê dynasty, lasted from 980 to 1009, so only 29 years. And the first dynasty was Lý dynasty, lasted from 1010 to 1225, everyone. But the first king, the Lý founder king decided to move the guy from here to Hanoi. So Hoa Lu became an ancient capital of Vietnam country since 1010, everyone. So when the king moved the guy from here to Hanoi, so he decided to remove everything on this land. So this land has nothing. So the local people, they shown their respect to the kings who had great contribution to our country. That's why the villagers decided to build 2 temples on the former ground of Hoa Lu ancient capital. But due to the ravage of the war and natural calamity, so the 2 temples were ruined and no longer exist. The 2 temples today we are going to see were rebuilt in 17th and 18th century. So now I will take you to the Dinh temple first, where we worship this king, Dinh Linh king. Okay, and after visiting the Dinh temple, I will take you to the second temple, that is the Lê temple, where we worship the second king. Okay, are you ready to go, everyone? Yeah.
Yes.
But when you go inside the temple, we see the king statue only. The king was not buried here. The king was buried on the top of the mountain right there, everyone. You see on the top where you can see the flag post right over there. Yeah, so the first king was buried on the top, but the second king was buried at the foot of the mountain. So the first king should be higher, the second king should be lower. That's why the temple, 2 temples have the same architecture and design. But the Dinh temple was built a little bit bigger and taller than the second one. Because the first temple, when it worship the first king should be higher. Taller. Okay, so follow me, everyone. I will take you to the Dinh temple first.
Khép lại sống một coi sạch lắm.
Consists of 3 main parts. The first part is praying hall. the place where we standing to pray some good thing for our life. And the second part is incense burner hole, the place where we offer the incense stick. And incense stick are burnt at all day times, everyone. And the last part is the sanctuary, the place where we worship the king and three sons of the king. But when you go inside, you can see there are four statues. The king statue placed in the middle, and on both sides of the king there are three small statues, so represent three sons of the king, everyone. So this king had three sons before. So before he died, he chose the third son as the next successor. According to Vietnamese traditional custom, the king had to choose the eldest son as the next successor. But this king, he disliked the eldest son, so he removed the eldest son from the throne, and he chose the third son as the next successor. Even the third son of the king was a baby child. He was only 4 years old. He didn't know how to control the country, but the king really loved him, so that's why the king chose him as the next successor. So the eldest son of this king was an adept, and he made a great contribution to our country. He and his father fought against the enemy to maintain an independent country. But this king, he removed him from the throne, and he chose the third son as the next successor. That's why the eldest son was very angry. So he made plan to kill the third son of the king in the early of 979. But when you look at some information written on the board, you may know that this king also died in 979. Why this king died in 979? Because there is an officer in the court. So he had a strange dream. So he dreamt of seeing a star saved from the heaven and falling in his mouth, and then he became the king. That's why when he woke up, he made plan to kill this king and the eldest son of this king. So after the king and the first son of this king died, so he couldn't be the king anymore because he was killed by a high officer in the court. So after the king died, one of the famous general in the court made an investigation. They found the guy who killed the king. So he got him and killed him later. So now the second son of the king is still alive, but the second son only 6 years old. He was a baby child too, so he didn't know how to control the country. That's why all the powers was in his mother's hand, everyone. So the queen took over the country at that time. So now everyone follow me. Actually, I know that it's drizzling. I don't want to let anybody standing too long. So everyone follow me first. I will take you to the center. The queen statue on the second level. One by
bisa reels பார்த்துருந்து சாவடிக்கிறான் ராஜா நீ யாரு ஞானி
darf noch keine Fotos machen, Marco.
I just said come around here. Got it.
Kita dah tengok kan ni. Kita nak jujur kita nak kuih.
So many times they sent to Vietnam to reconquer Vietnam country. So Vietnam country have by a threat. So in such a contest, so the queen had transferred the power to this guy. So the second king, actually that guy, Lê Đại Hành Gai. So Lê Đại Hành Gai was a great leader in Vietnamese army. He rose to commander in.
Đi đâu đây?
Đi hội.
Đi hội à? Đi với các bà.
Nó thì lửa ó đá con ati nó chú đi ăn kìa nó
When the king or the emperor was working,
So if you sit on the
Luego lo de Trangán lo pensamos, porque es una ciudad que se puede hacer hoy. Lo del mar. Tenemos que hacer o eso o la muerte.